art studio needs organized, but I figured I'd go live here on YouTube. And I'm Rachael Caskey from Rachael Caskey Art, and I just want to share with you some of my artwork and my art prints. I have quite a bit, and I'm trying to move some out so that I can make more. But let me show you what I have here. I've been selling these 8x10 art prints of my originals at craft and vendor shows, one for $25 or two for $40. And this is one of my popular abstracts. Basically, this is an art print of an original painting that I've done in acrylic. I prefer acrylic and also doing mixed media. But this one, I actually have this design on a pillow in my on my website. You can either find it in my Etsy shop at Rachael Caskey Art. That's RACHAELCASKEY Art, or you can go on my new Shopify website, which is rachelcaskeyart.myshopify.com. So check it out either way. Let me know what you think, and if there's anything you'd like to see this design on, I can make it for you. You let me know. Or if you're interested in purchasing an art print of this original, let me know as well. Okay, so here's another one. The original of this painting sold, but this is an art print of Café du Monde. That means coffee of the world. So I took French in high school and college and studied abroad in Amiens, France. I hope I'm saying that right. It's been a while. My pronunciation is not what it used to be. So, but I spent 6 months over there studying abroad in France years ago. I absolutely loved it. Would love to go back to Europe sometime. But a lot of my French stuck with me. Like, I just love the culture. And so sometimes you'll see French inspired work in my artwork. So this is one of those pieces. I also love using bright and bold colors, if you can't tell, and also designs and patterns. So this is one of my favorite pieces. And of course, this art print is only $25, or you can buy two of my 8x10 art prints for $40, so you get a discount if you buy two. That's what I've been doing when I go to art and craft shows, is I will, provide a discount if you could buy multiples, and people tend to really like that. I know I like that when I go shopping, so I want to be able to pass savings along to you as well. Speaking of Amiens, France, this is my depiction of the stores and the shops, the cute shops along the Somme River. So I just made it super colorful as well. It says Amiens here, and La Boulangerie. So I just, like I said, I like to incorporate some French into my artwork as well. I actually still have the original of this piece. It's hanging up in my house. And I apologize if you see me scratching. I'm trying not to itch too much. My face is a little puffy. I'm getting over a bad case of poison ivy. It's bad, and I should know better. I put gloves on, but I had a short sleeve shirt on. I should have known better, but here I am. I got my meds. I'm on the mend, but I have, it's all over my arms. I even have some on my leg. Yay! But I got the weeding done, so that's important. So here's another art print, and I still have the original to this. My neighbor is retired, and he knows he's very handy, and he does woodwork, and he likes to use reclaimed wood, which is pretty awesome. So he and I got to talking about my artwork, and he asked if he could help make some floating frames for some of my work. So he made a beautiful black floating frame. He first made the frame, then he painted it black for me. That framed the original of this, and I can show that to you. If I can hurry up and grab it here. Where did I put it? I think it's in my other suitcase. I use vintage suitcases at my craft and vendor shows, and I always get comments on those that people really enjoy that type of display when I display my artwork. I'll show you what one of the suitcases look like. So, and I just get these at like some of the antique shops in the area. I love perusing antique shops and finding cool finds. So this is a metal suitcase that I use in my craft and art vendor shows. And then I also have this vintage blue suitcase I use for my craft and vendor shows. And I just set up my art prints up against the back of it when I open it up. So as you see, it's filled with lots of goodies. Let me see, I was going to show you that one that had the black floating frame. Perhaps it's not. Oh, there it is. It's over in the corner there. As you can tell, I have to do some organizing of my art studio. I kind of thrive in artistic, creative chaos, so please bear with me. Okay, so here it is. Let me make sure I have it the right side up. Yeah. So check that out. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, my neighbor did this for me. Absolutely gorgeous. I obviously plan to share in some of my profits in whatever I sell, but this is the original piece is on a canvas board, and he made this cool floating frame for it, and it really pops with the black floating frame, and you have the extra space around the edges, and it really draws you into the abstract piece. Hi Marie, I'm doing great. How are you doing today? Is that Channel Teardown? Hi, I hope you're doing well. I'm not sure what the nope is about, but that's all right. So here is, and this is actually an art print of one of my really large pieces, and I just sold the original of this large art piece at the Pittsburgh Gallery Crawl in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It was downtown in the arts building, and the young man who bought this wanted it for his apartment, and it was such an honor to sell a large piece to somebody. Like it's super validating when anybody likes your artwork, but especially when they're willing to pay decent money for an original. So it was very validating, to say the least. But yeah, this is an art print of that large piece. And here is another of my abstracts. I like to use a lot of mark making. Sometimes I'll use what I call God numbers, 3s and 7s, and X's or multiples of 3 in my artwork as well. And here's another art print. Now this is based off of the small cafe series I made, and someone just recently bought all of the originals, and this is an art print of one of them. And this is sort of like based off of the cafe and French cafes. Okay, and this one I made, I'm very transparent about my health journey. I have a mental illness, and my artwork helps me work through a lot of that. And when I have a manic episode, sometimes I get some really strange stuff that comes out. So this is one of those pieces. She kind of has this like delusional look on her, in her eyes, and it kind of reminded me of the scripture that talks about a strong delusion, and she kind of has that look. This is based off of a mixed media piece I made when I went on an art retreat in Colorado Springs. I think it was back in like, it was around COVID time, I think. But it was through the Art and Soul retreat, mixed media retreat, if anybody knows about that. I really enjoyed it. It was so cool, and it was my first time going to Colorado Springs. And it was such a great experience. But we made mixed media pieces. There was also fiber artists there teaching fiber arts. So yeah, this is one of the pieces I made there. This one is reminds me of like a volcano erupting and lava coming down and water mixing in with it. It's very organic to me. Okay, and this one I made during COVID, and this kind of represents the strain going everywhere and the isolation in the house. And this one is a digital piece I made in Procreate. I don't know if any of you have used the Procreate app on your device, iPad, even on the phone, but I made this using my finger on Procreate, and it turned out really well. I think this one I called Tapestry, but I really love the values in it, the darks and the lights, and I like to use circles a lot in my work as well. Goodness gracious. All right. Sorry, all that sticking is, I used to have these hung up at a local like shop in the area where I live. So there's like still like the sticky stuff on the back to adhere it to the wall. But this was based off of a goddess, and I forget which one it was. I think it was an Egyptian, supposed to be an Egyptian goddess. Obviously she doesn't look Egyptian, but somebody bought the original of this as well. It was a really tall painting, like probably the size of this one, or a little bit larger. This is one of my abstracts. So, hello. Thanks for joining. I'm just sharing some of my artwork. This is a colorful piece. I named this one Rue de la Ville, and it's just basically like a street, and you kind of see like some steps in here, and it's a very abstract piece, but based on like walking along a street. Let's see, I already showed that one. This is one of my favorite mixed media pieces I made. I sold the original, but I incorporated fine art papers in this piece. And I believe her name was Princess Tiziana, but I was in a goddess and princess phase for a little while when I did some of my mixed media art. So that's where she came from as well. What are you all up to today? Joining my live. It's nice for you to be here. Here, I'm going to show my hair a little bit. I know sometimes I look like weird with my hair pulled back in a ponytail, but I'm getting over some really bad poison ivy. I did some weeding and hedge clipping at my house, and I have poison ivy all along the front, like lattice of the front porch, and then I have some in my backyard going over the back of my house. And I have a big old house. My house is probably like 120, 130 years old. So it's hard to get all of the poison ivy off of it, but I got it, and of course I got it on myself. So I did get some medication to help me. My face is a little bit puffy right now, so I apologize if I look weird, but it looked much worse yesterday. I looked like somebody had punched me. And I had puffiness, like you could still see the puffiness here. But yeah, it's slowly going away, so thank goodness for medication, right? But what are you all doing here on my channel? What are you up to? It's nice to share my artwork, but I'd like to know more about you and why you decided to stop by my channel and watch my lives. So I don't do these that often, if you can't tell, but I'm learning, trying to get with the times. I'm a little bit older than some folks on here, I'm sure, but here is another digital piece that I made in Procreate, another abstract. Do you do any artwork? Does anybody here do any artwork? What do you like to do? If you do you like to do watercolors, acrylic, oil painting? This one is a doodle, and I used colored pencils and China markers and pen, and I made a doodle cat. So I love this one. I have a cat named Alex, and he's the only cat I've ever had. I grew up with dogs, so it's kind of cool switching over to having a cat, and he's super cuddly, and you know, cats can be super independent, but he's also super cuddly, and he's such a sweet cat. So I have some cat inspired work as well. Actually, I'll show you a piece that I did based off of him. Let me find that one. Let's see. Here it is. Et voila. There, it's a combination of watercolor and doodle and a little bit of collage. All right, let's see. All right, well, looks like I can share some of my canvas pieces with you. Here's one of my older ones. And this one, I think I put this one on a pillow design. Let's see. And let me grab. Okay, let's see. I think this one is on canvas board. So This one's kind of like a doodle painting. And I made this one back in 2019. Just simple floral art. This one, another doodle type painting, a little bit of collage. I get inspired by some of the art books that I buy. I have way too many art and craft books. It's actually an issue, but it helps. It helps me with creativity. So I'll show you some of the books that inspire me. This one right here is a big one, Intuitive Painting Workshop by Elena Hennessy. And what I love about this one is just the fact that like all the color, and they give you a lot of prompts on how to make intuitive art. So I get super inspired by this. And this book goes by from month to month to kind of inspire you for that month. These ones are pretty cool. So I get a lot of my inspiration from art books. And it actually shows the different steps on how to make some of these pieces and make pieces of your mixed media pieces of your own. So again, this book is called Intuitive Painting Workshop by Elena Hennessy. So that one is a favorite. Let's see what else I have here. Something else that I'm wanting to get into, but I haven't done too much with yet, are altered books workshops, or making altered books. So as you can see, they're mixed media pieces out of books. But they show you the different steps on how to do that. And of course you can watch YouTube videos on all this. What's nice about having a book is you can go back and just look at the different steps as you go. And I like this where they show the little tags, how to use tags. So they just show you how to use sketchbooks and what kind of books you can use to do altered book art. So that's another good book. Then I have one for art journaling, and Art Journal and Art Journey by Nicole Ray. And her process is more minimalistic than I do. I do a lot more like colorful stuff, but it still gives me a lot of great ideas on how to incorporate found items like I can talk today, feathers and things like that in your artwork, and stamping. But she actually incorporates some tech with her art journals. So she actually does some printing off of the printer and then incorporates them into her pieces. I like where she uses a postcard in here. So she uses a lot of vintage postcards. So like I said, I like to go to antique shops every once in a while, and you can find vintage postcards and old vintage photos there, and a lot of times I'll buy those for inspiration for pieces like this. So there's a place in Pittsburgh Pennsylvania, called the Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse, and that's where I find a lot of my things that I like to incorporate into my art to reuse. Sometimes you can buy some things in bulk. So you can get like bulk bags for like $6 a bag. And let me go grab the bag that I just bought from them. And I'm going to show you some of the cool finds that I got. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. They basically Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse is a place where people, like artistic and creative people, and even some people just like who want to drop off some stuff that can be used for creative uses. They just drop off stuff. So I got some fine paper in my last haul, which this stuff goes for a lot of money at like the craft stores. So as soon as I saw that, I grabbed it up. I like to use this type of paper for collaging in my mixed media art. And then I found another one. I think this print is so gorgeous. I just love prints like this. Okay. I got a bag full of gold goodies. So some ribbon is in here, mostly ribbons, like big ribbons, and then there's like a gold rope in here. Not sure what I'm going to use it for, but I always get tons of ideas just by getting some of this stuff. Like I can see myself using this stuff for like making assemblages, for example. I got a bunch of little cute bags. I can envision using these like for giveaways at my art and craft and vendor shows. So there's this kind. This one's really cute. This one is adorable. There's this. And I found a little zipper pouch too. Okay. And all of this I got for $6 in this size bag. So you just fill up, you know, in the bulk section, you can just fill up your bag as much as you can with stuff you can use. Also, we got another little bag of, looks like little rope, and some ribbon is in here, some shoelaces, but this is all like neutrals. So, you know, maybe when I work on something that's going to be in the neutral tones, I can use these. Okay. I found a really cute unicorn box. It's metal. Not sure what I'm going to use it for, but it's just adorable, and at least I can use it for like some of my small crafty items that I need to store in my art studio. And I found this Andy Warhol Marilyn Monroe box. It probably used to store cards, I'm assuming, but the box was there, and I'm a sucker for cute boxes. And it's artsy, so that's fun. So I probably will just put this up on one of my shelves as, you know, inspiration. And then I found this painted white little crate box. I envisioned using this to sell my laminated bookmarks. I took my laminated bookmarks to my most recent craft show. I'm selling those for like $1 each. You know, they're not that expensive to make, especially since I've had the cardstock for a while. And I wonder if I can show you, I'll show you those right now while I'm talking about them. Gotta reopen the vintage suitcase here. And here they are. This is not all of them, but a good portion. Oops, there we go. All right, so I made a bunch of these French style double-sided laminated bookmarks. And like I said, I'm only selling them for $1 each at my craft and vendor shows. And so I kind of envisioned putting them in this little box as a display, and then I could put like a cute little tag on here saying how much they are. So that's kind of the idea I had for that, or put my business cards in there, so that works too. But cute. I love finding cute little display ideas that and reusing things, of course. Okay, so what else did I find? Oh, so I found some cute small little books there. This one says, "It's gonna be okay. A journal to reassure myself when I'm overwhelmed by the creeping sense of impending disaster and the all-encompassing fears, both specified and vague, that colonize my mind, body, and soul, all of which, from the completely far-fetched to the sometimes probable, do me no good to contemplate, and in fact make me miserable. And even though optimism may be unself-aware and ill-placed, I know I'll be happier as a blind fool than a clairvoyant apocalyptic." It feels like whoever wrote that wrote it for me. So what's inside this little journal? It has a little bookmark in there, but it has some sayings on one side, and then you can journal on the other. The first quote that I came up to says, "You can't be that kid standing at the top of the water slide overthinking it. You have to go down the chute." That's hilarious. That's funny that I pulled that one up first. I have a story for you. So I went swimming recently with my sons, with my family, and I have a fear of heights. Like, it can get bad and it's embarrassing, but I went up to the top. I made it almost to the top of this to go down a water slide with my sons, and I couldn't go to the tippy top because it freaks me out when you walk through upstairs that have the holes between them. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, you can see down below. I couldn't make it to the top to go down the bigger water slide. I was so embarrassed. My kids were like, "Come on, there are little kids passing you up." I'm like, "I know." But I did go down the little water slides, and I was allowed on the little water slides, and it was fun. But that's my story based off of that random quote I just pulled up out of this journal. And then, so on the other side of the journal says, "What I'm hanging hope on today," and then you can do some cute writing. So that's pretty cool. Here's another one. "Life isn't fair, it's just fairer than death. That's all." William Goldman. So, cute little journal. Brought up a story for you. So I'll probably use this from time to time, who knows? What else did I find at the Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse? Oh, my phone is saying that my battery is dying. That's not good. I found a little scripture book, and it has this cute like holder here, like it holds it in place, and it has a bookmark. But on the front, which once I saw it, I had to get it. On the front it says, it has a quote from Jeremiah 29:11, For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And whoever gave this to them, it's completely empty. They didn't use it at all. And it has a cute little bookmark that says, God has a purpose for your life, and it has some extra quotes in it. So whoever gave this to Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse, thank you. It's cute, and I plan to use it, probably for putting some prayers in there and maybe making it into like a little art journal and prayer journal at the same time. So that's adorable. Then I found this Pitt journal for University of Pittsburgh, because of course it's in Pittsburgh, and it's completely empty. So I may save this for one of my sons. So hint, hint. I don't necessarily need that one for myself, but I did also find some like really thin sheets of paper that I can stamp on or write on and incorporate into my mixed media as well. And some manila folders. Sorry, perimenopausal brain. Some manila folders that I can use in my artwork as well. I may give some to my son. And I found this adorable, everything's adorable to me if you can't tell. I am a sucker for cute packaging, cute boxes, cute journals, anything cute. So this says, today there is sunshine in my soul. And it's got a little tiny magnet, and it's just a little notebook. So we'll see what I make out of that too. And finally, the last thing out of my haul from Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse is this beautiful translucent paper that kind of features like, looks like almost like pine needles. But I definitely could see using this in a mixed media piece. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed that. I know I'm all over the place in this live. It started out with me showing you some of my art prints and artwork, and it devolved into me showing you a Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse haul. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I plan to try to do more lives, and I hope to see you on here again sometime soon. Take care. Bye-bye.